Page 57, C Major Scale Etude. Well, we have an etude, and obviously this is a study piece. Etude is a study piece. This is one on the C major scale. Previous pages, they're talking about whole steps and half steps and all that. You can have fun reading all that over. That's fine. On page 56, they show you some very common, well-known melodies that just happen to use a scale in them. It's one of the reasons that if you know the scales, it makes playing the pieces so much easier. It really does. My favorite of them is Joy to the World, okay? Because it's a C scale, or a scale. Any scale, doesn't have to be C, but C. Descending or going down. Remember, C major only uses the white keys, so okay, I go to C to C. All I do is add the rhythm. I get the piece. Is that cool or what? It just blows me away. The others are there too. You can try playing the notes without any rhythm. Just play them all quarter notes or something, and you'll get it a little better. Now, for this etude, we have a more or less standard fingering for the C major scale, and they show it to you right here. It's handy. Okay, so use that. You're crossing over the thumb, or the thumb is under it, or whatever, and that's fine. So look at the first measure in the right hand. You have a 1, the fingering, right? 1, 2, 3. Then you have to cross the thumb under the middle finger to play the F, and that puts you in a new hand position. Is that cool or what? Then in the second line, you're coming down. Second measure, the F with the thumb, and you cross over the thumb, put your middle finger on the E. Might seem a little awkward at first, all right, but with practice, you'll get much better at moving your thumb underneath. There are piano techniques that do not teach, or that teach you not to cross your thumb under. There's other ways of doing it. You can cross here, you sort of rotate it, and you have to do that, and either just roll this way, and I was taught to just cross the thumb under, and that's what I teach, so that's what I'm showing you. Sometimes I will roll the hand, especially with arpeggios, but no. It's not necessary. And the last two lines, you get in the same thing, only with the left hand. You can see the fingering they've got, you can work that out yourself, okay? I don't want to have to feed every note to you. You should be able to get the notes by now. Hopefully you've got it memorized, you know the names of the notes. If not, please go back and start the book again, because it's only going to get more difficult. Oh, by the way, they are introducing a new symbol. Oh boy. At the top, time signature, a C. C stands for common time. The most common time signature used is 4/4. So a lot of times, instead of 4/4, they'll just put a C in there. All right? I use them interchangeably. When I see a C like this in there, I'm okay, 4/4 time, or I may say common time or whatever, just so you know. Okay, it's 4/4, same as 4/4. They've got hairpins for louds and softs. You can play with that on your own. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is the rhythm, get them even, and the fingering. Get the fingering like it is. If you haven't yet, I still encourage you to go to my C major scale etude and do the beginner's part of that, which is just 1 octave up and down, which is what you're doing here, except there you're doing the hands at the same time. The only other thing here I can think to point out for you briefly is in the right hand, the last 2 measures. It can be a little awkward for beginners to go from a 4th finger to 2 fingers, a 1 and 3, at the same time. Okay? You'll have to work that out on your own. What I do is I'm transferring my weight. So I'm playing the F. I've got weight on that finger. I put my 1 and 3 fingers in the position I want them to be to play those notes. Okay, I'm ready to go. All I'm doing is transferring the weight over to those fingers. It's just a slight roll is all it is. I don't try and use the fingers themselves. That's a little harder, I think. It's good exercise to do. It trains the fingers, but it's unnecessary. So let's try this out. 4/4 time. So go ahead and start with your right hand. You can go ahead and put your left hand in C position if you want. because you're going to need it in the third measure for the F, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 4, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest.